Hello there, I'm JRT and this is a review. Apologies for the lighting changing in and out. Can't quite control the sun yet. I'm not at the full limit of my powers. British singer-songwriter Jessie Ware returns with her most well-rounded and mature project yet, recreating 80s disco within a very modern viewpoint, filling it with bops and grooves. What's Your Pleasure is a decent foray into the older world of disco, giving the genre and timeframe its full due and respect. The result is a charming album which doesn't really take the sound anywhere new or exciting. However, after 4 LPs across almost a decade of music, Jessie Ware arguably hasn't had a bad full-length project to her name. Whilst her second and third albums didn't exactly capture critics in the same way her debut Devotion did, they certainly didn't get torn to pieces in the columns and paragraphs of reviews. I've yet to be truly blown away by Ware project, however I did somewhat enjoy her previous work, especially the first album. And that being said, What's Your Pleasure is an improvement, and maybe even her best work yet, at least since her debut in 2012. I can't get past the term mature to describe this project. Everything is well measured, meticulously placed into its proper slot, well crafted by an experienced ear and hand. Even though it has the obvious inspirations from 80s disco, it never feels like a copy or it's being forced into the music. The opener, Spotlight, is a prime example of this. The strings that lead us into the song create a soft yet serious approach to the genre, and whilst things certainly loosen up, it has this uptight in a good way feel about it. It has an air of grace and properness, if that kind of makes sense. On the titular track, What's Your Pleasure, we're greeted with an almost brooding, moody singing style, with very retro synths cascading in the background. Much more of a pop song, the chorus is very catchy, but it's sung centrally and close, creating a lovely feel to the track. We get a little bit funky on Ooh La La, with a luscious bass line opening the track, with futuristic laser sound effects mixed in with the sounds of traffic. The sonic landscape of this is vast yet quirky, matching the slightly off and semi-robotic delivery from Ware. Things get even more electronic and house-driven with Soul Control. Save a Kiss remains firmly in that gap between house and disco, also incorporating the vibe of the largely forgotten genre of Italo disco. Around here, though, at the midpoint of the album, things begin to stagnate slightly. The energy drops off before fluctuating wildly between songs, especially tracks such as Step Into My Life and Read My Lips. It creates a slightly incohesive feeling, however it doesn't completely derail the album. However, if you compare it to the bop-heavy opening section of the album, the last leg of the album is quite forgettable. One of the few highlights of the back end is the last cut, Remember Where You Are, which does put the listener in a more ethereal soundscape compared to the rest of the album. All things considered, this is a fun project that is finally linked together. Yes, the lyricism isn't as strong as contemporaries in the pop world, however they're never noticeably bad, but not stand out either. Compared to other albums in the field, it isn't really grabbing my attention as well. Same with the production, it's fine. There wasn't many moments that left me in awe, but I have zero complaints either. And that's not to say I detested the project or I just couldn't find much enjoyable about it. I definitely enjoyed more of this album than I disliked or was completely indifferent to. Compared to the hype and acclaim though that the album is receiving, I can't really agree with it from critics. That being said, it certainly is a pleasant listen, and a project that I can see holding its own and holding up very well in the future. Maybe it will grow on me slightly, but for now, all I'm going to have to give it is a 7. If disco pop is more your thing, or even the wider world of pop, then yeah, 100% this is worth a listen. Beyond that, would I recommend it? Not strongly. However, it wasn't a complete waste of my time. I did enjoy it more than I disliked it. But that's just my opinion. What's yours? Let me know down below your thoughts, and if you wouldn't mind helping me grow by liking and commenting, sharing the video, that would be swell as well. Subscribe for more reviews. I'm moving to a daily upload schedule this month, so hit that button and the bell to get notifications for all my reviews. Tomorrow we'll have a double header. We've got the review of the new Arca project, as well as another episode of Eep. I love saying Eep. Hope you like the series. On Friday there'll also be 2 videos. We have a review of the new Haim Women in Music Part 3, as well as a rapid record review of all the albums I didn't quite get a review of this week. Thanks again, stay tuned and stay safe.